There is an update on Jeff Hardy. Could a top Raw team be breaking up soon? And a Hall of Famer has re-signed with WWE. More on that in a sec. Yes, hello, it's Jack and Andrew with some news. Now, we're starting off with quite serious news, obviously, because you might have seen the reports of Jeff Hardy potentially being in a bad way, potentially being sent home from WWE. He was kind of wandering into the crowd during the end of a match he was in at a house show, and it was all a bit of a worrying situation, especially given Jeff Hardy's history, of course. Matt Hardy appeared on the House Hardy Twitch recently and gave a little bit of an update on the situation. He said, I did speak to Jeff for a little bit today. He's okay, he's good, I think he'll be fine. Once again, this isn't my business. If he wants to go into it with more detail, he'll do it himself, but Jeff is okay. He is at home and okay. It's not my business or story to tell or explain, but besides that, it's not my story to tell because it's not my perspective. I love my brother and I want him to be okay and healthy, which first of all sounds quite reassuring.
It does, because there was always the worry when you see the footage and he's getting sluggish as the match goes on and he's laying on the apron and then he gets up and just walks into the crowd. It's a very strange situation. You would have thought perhaps if it was an injury he'd have walked just up the ramp into the backstage. Who knows? It's obviously just speculation at the moment, but whatever it is, I genuinely really do hope Matt is okay. Jeff is okay, and Matt has said here that you know he's all right. He's home and he's okay. So
I think he's clarified the most important thing, which is that Jeff's okay, and I think he's been quite sensitive to the situation, not revealing too much about what could potentially be wrong. Which I think is what you'd expect his brother to do. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like the right thing to do. If Jeff wants to talk about it, Jeff can talk about it. So
well, hopefully Jeff Hardy is okay indeed, and we'll keep you posted if more updates become available. Moving on now to Raw last night. Ooh. There's a tag team who could potentially, you'll never guess what, in WWE there's a tag team not getting along.
No.
No.
You're having me on it.
In the land of dreams and teamwork. Who is this team, Andrew?
It could possibly be, Jack. Let me tell you this. It could be AJ Styles and Omos.
I'm surprised they're still together. They have lasted far, far longer than I ever thought, because Omos is 7 foot and they clearly want to make him a single star. He's a tall boy. And, I always thought it was a wise idea pairing them together because AJ Styles is a veteran, you can teach him a thing or two, and it makes for a very unique tag dynamic. And I think they've been good together.
They've been really good together. And as you were saying, I don't think there's any better person to pair Omos with than AJ Styles,
Absolutely. But apparently they had a bit of a fallout during their match with the Street Profits because Omos tagged himself in, but then when he was the legal man, he got himself counted out. AJ shouted at him and Omos stormed off.
It's happening. But do you know what I was thinking though as well, right? If they do break them up and if they do have a program of AJ Styles and Omos, at least the two are still together and AJ Styles can train him a little bit more, you know, especially in like a singles capacity as well. So it could work out. I wish they would stay together a little bit longer, and perhaps they will. We'll see where this goes. But at the same time, if he has a program with AJ Styles, they could have good matches.
And that's interesting as well because it seems as though they're going to break up, but then you can't tell these days because I think it was Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. They seem to be arguing for months and months and months before they broke up. So it could just be the start of a longer storyline, or it could be a match at the Rumble for all we know.
I mean, we like it when this happens, don't we? When they take the belts off the babyface team,
right?
And then they feud for there's dysfunction at the junction, for months and months and months. Whilst they have the belts, that's always a good idea.
Okay. Well. Is it?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm being sarcastic.
No, right, okay. I was worrying there for a second.
That could be another potential way to go with it.
Definitely. Almost for the Royal Rumble match to win and progress to WrestleMania.
They seem that he's a main event player, so I wouldn't put it past them.
Maybe I might be slightly playing devil's advocate there, but
I don't think they'll pull the trigger on that quite yet.
Fair enough.
But
fair enough.
You'll never know in the future.
Moving slightly away from WWE for a moment, we're going to talk about a former massive WWE superstar who was announced for an indie show next month, and it's none other than Adam Scherr, formerly known, of course, as Braun Strowman. Now, he's going to be in action for Northeast Wrestling on January 21st in Waterbury, Connecticut. Now, this bit surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
At first I thought, oh no, but then I read on and I thought, okay.
Yeah.
I'll explain. So this will take place at the John F. Kennedy High School, and I thought, oh no, that doesn't sound like a very good venue. This might not be a very big show. How has Braun or Adam fallen so far? But then I looked at the other names that are appearing, and actually it seems like a pretty big lineup. So it could just be the case that American venues are a little bit different to what we're used to.
Yeah.
When we ran WCPW in America, that was basically in a gym hall.
Yeah.
Or on a basketball court.
That kind of feel a lot of UK indie shows and stuff. Or the ones that I've been have been in similar places as well, just like gyms or like a sports centre hall or something like that.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a small line.
It doesn't, and you know what? There's always really good. You always get a good gem on the card of those kinds of shows. So,
but also listed as appearing is Matt Taven, so that's pretty big, from Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Eric Redbeard or Eric Rowan, former WWE superstar, another former WWE superstar and legend a bit of the North American women's wrestling scene, Mercedes Martinez, and Sergeant Slaughter.
Wow.
It's not a bad lineup, to be fair.
That's really good. That's really, really cool. With Sergeant Slaughter in there, it just reminds me of the Avengers at Raw. Do you remember Sergeant Slaughter, Bob Van Dam,
God.
the Hurricane?
Who's the fourth one?
I can't even remember now.
No, I can't remember either.
But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. It was four wrestlers who had nothing to do with each other.
It was. But like Matt Taven and everything on there as well. Mercedes Martinez, Eric Redbeard. Buzzing. Yeah. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I wonder if Strowman will be teaming up with Eric Redbeard as former members of the Wyatt family.
Ooh, that would be very cool.
That would be cool indeed. We saw Eric Redbeard, didn't we, at the Brody Lee Memorial Show?
Yes,
when he ran out to help the Dark Order win a match, which was a lovely moment.
Yeah.
And completely unexpected, actually. It blindsided me totally.
Me too.
So hopefully that all goes well, and good luck to Adam Scher on what he's doing in the future. It could also be the case, maybe, that he wants to start off on perhaps slightly smaller or more regional indies, building his way back up, because he's taken a while off, so
definitely
something like that as well. Speaking of recently, well, not released because he requested his release, but recently released WWE talent, Scott Garland, the former Scotty 2 Hotty, was a trainer for ages in the Performance Centre, and when he left, there was just such an outpouring of love and support on Twitter for him. But he has noted that his non-compete clause will end on the 23rd of December, and he's looking to return into the ring. I know.
All the worms.
I'm very excited indeed.
It's nice to see that he feels as though there's still something left in the tank.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you know what? Like, after being inactive, I don't think he's had a match since 2016. From what I was looking at, Cage match.
On NXT.
No, NXT was that was a little bit before. I think that was 2015.
Right. Okay.
So I think he's done some stuff on the Indies and everything, and it's nice to see that he just wants to get back in there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I bet he can still pull off a picture perfect worm.
I bet he can as well. He looks in fantastic shape and has been, training for a long time now. So he should have kept him. He's probably really good still.
Oh, he's definitely got to be really good.
Yeah.
I saw it like on his Twitter. I was looking and he has like a list.
The Cody Rhodes list.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think he's going to be at a BTW show in January.
Oh,
exciting!
Every other line in it is have fun or just have fun.
It is, yeah.
Oh, Scotty, what are you like?
He's awesome.
But it's like wrestling Japan, wrestling the UK.
Yeah. Come on, come here.
Come on, Scotty. Sorry.
Come on, Scotty.
Bit aggressive there. And for those wondering, Scotty 2 Hotty, but he'll be wrestling in singles matches now. Check out Scotty 2 Hotty versus Dean Malenko. Yes, it was like 20 years ago, but what a singles match. He can do singles wrestling as well. He knows what to do. I'm very optimistic. And finally, a Hall of Famer made his return to WWE last night, Andrew. Who was that?
It was Jerry the King. He does that noise, Lawler.
Yeah, he does do that
a lot.
noise. Yeah, he does.
He came back.
Whenever the most minor thing happens.
He was backstage. Nikki Ash had just been beat by Zelina Vega.
Oh yeah, this was a weird segment.
And walking backstage, Rhea is trying to comfort Nikki Ash on a loss and everything. And there seems to just be a random fan that's walked just in the backstage area that just goes, "Oh, I'm a big fan. Can I have your autograph?" And Nikki Ash is like, "Oh, go on then." And she's like, "Oh no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him." And it's Jerry the King Lawler who gives this lady an autograph, and then he says to Nikki Ash, "Oh, would you like an autograph to cheer you up?" And she's like, "No, I'm off."
Yeah.
And that's that.
Now this ties in with the story, according to PW Insider, that Jerry Lawler has re-signed his WWE contract. Basically, he's extended it. And also the show last night was in Memphis, Tennessee, where Lawler's a legend, a wrestling legend. But at the same time, I get it. I get putting him on the show and like it's a good moment for the hometown crowd and everything.
Yeah.
Don't make the babyface look foolish.
No, that was
What's
really
the point of that?
That was really mean.
Yeah.
That felt really mean on Jerry's behalf.
She was the Raw Women's Champion a few months ago.
She was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's all flipped. Now it's all gone wrong. What's happened?
He
Come
doesn't
on,
even
Jerry.
recognise her?
He did.
Or just was
So
wanting to
bad.
cheer up, maybe? I don't know.
He did. To be fair, he wanted to cheer her up, but just no, Jerry.
No.
Just no.
I don't agree with the writing of that segment.
No, me neither.
But, you know, he's re-signed. He was still appearing on kickoff shows and stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on the
okay.
panels for quite a while. I don't think he's been on some recently, but perhaps we'll see him on them now that he's re-signed.
I think he was a Survivor Series, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I think he was a Survivor Series, but maybe he just does the Big Four now.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the news, but don't worry because there will be more news coming up in a little bit as well. Also, have you watched any of Get Back, The Beatles? Because I've been telling Andrew a little bit about it. I've watched like an hour of the first episode, so I've still got like an hour and a half left, and then 2 more mammoth episodes as well.
It's Peter Jackson.
Oh,
it's got to be long.
It is going to be long. I haven't seen any White Walkers yet. No, wait, let's get it
no,
done.
what are you doing?
I haven't seen any.
Cut the
Ents.
news.
I haven't seen any
We're
Ents
finished.
or trolls. Or
Gollum.
Gollum.
Tultas.
What can I say? Do they, Gandalf? There we go.
The news.